PV Sindhu might have had to settle for a bronze medal in the Badminton Asia Championships, but suffice to say she was not happy with the way the match played out and has now spoken out against what she felt was very unfair treatment by the umpire during her semi-final encounter against Japan's Akane Yamaguchi. Now, as we know, Yamaguchi did indeed end up winning the match, and she came back after Sindhu had taken the first game of the match, but Sindhu was not happy at one point due to the fact that during the middle of the second game, she had been pulled up by the umpire for taking too long to serve, and due to that she had to actually hand over the shuttlecock to Yamaguchi, and what happened was that she lost the point, and what's more, she ended up losing the second game, losing momentum, and then also losing the third game. Now, if you hadn't seen the match, you'd know that there was quite a stoppage. As you can see here, she had argued not only with the chair umpire but also with the official referee of the match, and despite that, obviously the decision was not overturned, and as mentioned, she was not very happy about it. She lost momentum. After the match, she spoke up and she said that she felt that it was a very unfair decision and that she could have possibly even won the final, or if she had actually been able to maintain her momentum and continue to win in the semi-final. Now, we're going to look at exactly what her reaction is here. So, she said that it was really unfair, and that the conversation that happened between her and the umpire was that the umpire told her, and this is her quote, she said, "The umpire told me, you're taking a lot of time, but," and this is perhaps the key part, "the opponent wasn't ready at that point." And if you watch the videos which are circulating, it does indeed back that up. Yamaguchi was at no point actually ready to receive the serve, which is why Sindhu was taking so long. Despite that, she was hauled up by the umpire and told to hand over the shuttlecock, which not only means a change of serve but also means the forfeiting of the point. So that clearly led to a break in momentum, because then she argued with the umpire as well as the referee, and well, it didn't really go well. As we know, it didn't go to plan, and but this wasn't the only thing that she had to say. Of course, she also said that, "I think it was very unfair, and maybe I would have won the match and played in the final." Now, obviously, it would be fair if someone, or it would be understandable if someone were to accuse her of sour grapes, but if you look at the match up till that point, in the first game, Sindhu absolutely dominated. In the second game, she was already leading going into the middle of the set, and it was very, very feasible that she would have gone on to clinch the game. But the incident in question takes place, she loses momentum, and she is unable to recover thereafter. Yamaguchi, sensing a bit of a lucky break, went all out, and to her credit, actually managed to close out what was a very tight match up until that point. But you can understand why it is that PV Sindhu felt robbed, and interestingly, it's also worth noting that she was not the only one to have felt this way, because as we can see, we went through social media and there were plenty of reactions, most of which were in favor of Sindhu. Here's a tweet from Jürgen van Leeuwen, who is a badminton coach in the Milton Keynes Academy, and he said, and his tweet reads, "Controversy during the Asian Games, Yamaguchi clearly not ready to receive, Sindhu gets punished for it, odd umpiring there." But if this seems damning enough, then even more damning is the verdict from Ben Lane, who, it is worth noting, is an Olympic level badminton player. He represented the UK in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and he simply said that this is one of the worst decisions that I've ever seen. It's hard pressed to disagree, because he quote tweeted a video of the incident taking place, and he also said very clearly that the incident was not exactly in line. Now, bear in mind, the rules do state that obviously a player only has a finite amount of time in which they are allowed to serve, otherwise they do indeed have to hand over the shuttlecock and forfeit the point. But as has clearly been pointed out, Yamaguchi was not ready to receive the serve, which is the main reason why Sindhu says she waited for that long. And of course, there have been plenty of fan reactions, an example of it being where this fan says that he was shocked by the horrific discussion where the umpire gave a fault when her opponent was not ready. Now, at that point, yeah, she was one game up, and she was also up 14-11 in the second game. Had she actually gotten that point, or had she continued the way she was going, it's very feasible to think that she would have actually ended up making the final and guaranteeing herself at least a silver medal. Yet, as things stand, the only thing that she ended up with was a bronze medal, which is guaranteed if you make the semi-finals. This is, of course, a noteworthy achievement for Sindhu in some ways. It's her second bronze medal at the event, but she will doubtless go away from it feeling heartbroken and cheated out of, if not cheated out, or she would feel injustice at the fact that she wasn't allowed to compete for at least a silver, if not win the gold medal. And that is it from us for this particular video. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you like what it is that we do, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, comment below. We do check out everything that you tell us, even if we aren't able to always respond. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, I am Shane Reyes, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you. Take care.